Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be talking all about Reiki.
Sounds good.
Our main source material is Reiki for Dummies by Nina L. Paul, PhD.
Oh, cool.
I'm really excited to be talking about this today.
Yeah, me too.
I've always been kind of curious about Reiki. I've heard the word.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about it, but I'm not really sure about the details.
Right.
So I'm really excited to get into it today.
Me too. It's going to be good.
I know a lot of our listeners are probably in the same boat.
Yeah.
Reiki is one of those things that like everybody's heard of,
Right.
but it's kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Like,
I would say that there's definitely like a kind of like mystique, about it that surrounds it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what is Reiki? But at its core, it's a system of energy healing.
Okay.
The word itself, Reiki, actually translates to spiritual energy.
Interesting.
Or universal life force energy.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Universal life force energy.
Exactly.
I love it, but I gotta say,
Yeah.
the word spiritual always throws me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it like, do I have to, subscribe to a certain belief system or
yeah.
like what's the deal with that?
Not at all. That's actually one of the first things that Dr. Paul clears up in the book.
Okay.
It's not actually tied to any specific religion or dogma.
Good to know.
Think of it like just like gravity is a force of nature.
Okay.
This life force energy, it's flowing around us all the time, whether we're aware of it or not.
Okay.
So it's not like you have to believe in it
Yeah.
for it to be working.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not about faith.
Yeah.
And it's not massage either. You're right.
Exactly. It's not massage.
Right.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of confusion out there.
Right.
People think, oh, is it a massage?
Yeah.
And even though like a practitioner might gently place their hands on or above your body,
Okay.
Reiki's really about the energy flow, not physical manipulation.
Okay, so if it's not about faith,
Yeah.
it's not about physical pressure or manipulation.
Right.
How does it actually work?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
It's like, that feeling of awe when you look up at a star-filled sky?
Oh, yeah.
That vastness, that energy?
Yeah.
That's kind of what Reiki practitioners tap into.
Right.
It's like they're working with this vast universal energy field,
Okay.
and then they use that to work with your body's own, what are called subtle energy systems.
Okay.
So things like the aura,
Okay.
meridians, and
Yeah.
chakras.
Wait, chakras. So
Yeah.
like the energy centers in the body.
Exactly.
I've always pictured those as being like super mystical and like
Right. They do have like
esoteric.
like a kind of mystical
Yeah.
air about them.
Yeah.
But you can think of them as like hubs where energy flows, and
get
sometimes
that.
it gets blocked. So it's kind of like if you imagine like a network of rivers and streams in your body.
Okay.
Sometimes there's smooth flow,
Uh-huh.
and other times there are like dams or blocks or things like
Right.
that. So that's kind of what the practitioner's doing. They're
Right.
helping to clear those blocks
Gotcha.
and get the energy flowing smoothly.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense now.
Okay.
The analogy of the rivers and the streams is really helpful.
Awesome.
So they're channeling this energy.
Yeah.
They're working with these energy centers.
Right.
But how do you know if it's actually working?
Right.
What if you don't feel anything?
That's a really common question.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if you don't consciously feel the energy,
Okay.
it can still be working.
Really?
Yeah, the book even talks about
That's wild.
a total skeptic who went for a session, didn't believe in it,
Okay.
expected nothing,
Okay.
and had a really profound experience.
Wow.
So it seems that it can work on levels beyond our immediate perception.
Okay, I am intrigued.
Good.
But even if you don't feel it during the session,
Yeah.
there must be some sort of benefit, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, why bother?
Right. The benefits are huge.
Right.
And honestly, that's kind of what hooked me in the first place. When
Yeah.
I first started exploring Reiki, I was like, whoa,
Okay.
this is really cool.
Yeah.
So think of it as working on 4 levels:
Okay.
physical,
Okay.
emotional, mental,
Uh-huh.
and even spiritual.
Wow. Okay, 4 levels.
Yeah.
Let's break those down one by one.
Sure.
Let's start with physical.
Okay, so physical benefits.
Okay.
The book mentions a lot of people experience pain relief,
Okay.
relaxation.
Okay. I'm already sold.
Right.
Who couldn't use more relaxation?
Exactly. Especially these days.
Oh my gosh. Seriously.
Right.
Work, life, kids,
Exactly.
everything. It's all a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if Reiki can help with that, I'm in.
Exactly. But it goes beyond just like chilling out. People have reported using it to support healing from injuries. ease chronic conditions,
Wow.
even boost their energy levels.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not just about like feeling more relaxed and zen.
Right.
It's actually impacting your physical body.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
It's pretty amazing.
Now, what about the emotional and mental side of things?
So emotional and mental.
Yeah.
I think this is especially relevant for our kind of like ideal listener persona,
Yes.
our learner persona.
Right.
They're always looking for ways to navigate the ups and downs of life.
Right.
So Dr. Paul describes Reiki as a way to help release stuck emotions.
Oh.
Kind of like that feeling of carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders.
I know that feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
And it can also bring a sense of peace and clarity.
Okay.
Especially during times of like transition or stress.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like if you're going through a big life change,
Exactly.
Reiki could help you kind of, weather the storm
Totally. Yeah.
instead of getting swept away.
Right. Help you ride those waves.
Yeah, exactly. Ride the waves. I love it. Okay.
And then there are mental benefits as well.
Okay.
People often report feeling more focused and alert after a session.
Interesting.
Kind of like it's clearing the mental clutter.
Okay.
And allowing you to tap into your intuition more easily.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If your energy is flowing freely,
exactly.
then your mind would be clearer too.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that's physical, emotional, and mental. Now we're on to the spiritual benefit.
Right, the spiritual benefit.
Which is a little bit more abstract, I
Okay.
would say.
Yeah.
But it's more about that sense of connection to something bigger than yourself.
Okay.
So that could be like nature, the universe, your own inner wisdom.
Okay.
It's really up to the individual
Yeah.
to define what that connection means to them.
Gotcha. So it's like
Yeah.
Reiki's opening the door, but you get to choose which path to walk down.
I like that. Yeah, it's not about imposing beliefs.
Yeah.
It's about helping you tap into your own
Right.
unique spiritual journey.
Okay, I am definitely feeling more and more intrigued.
Awesome.
But let's say you're like, okay, I want to try this Reiki thing.
Yeah.
What can you actually expect during a session?
Right. So it's actually a very,
Like, paint me a picture.
yeah, it's a very relaxing and gentle experience.
Yeah.
You would typically lie down fully clothed
Okay.
on a massage table, similar to what you'd find in like a spa.
So you're not like doing anything awkward?
Nope.
You don't have to like take off your clothes?
You just wear comfy clothes.
Okay, that's a relief.
Yeah.
I was picturing like, crystals and incense and...
Some practitioners might incorporate those elements,
Okay.
but the core of it is really simple and grounded.
Okay, good to know.
So comfortable clothes are perfect,
Okay.
and the practitioner will usually dim the lights, maybe play some calming music,
Okay, I like it.
and then the sensations that people experience during a session
Yeah.
can be really diverse.
Okay.
Some people feel warmth, others feel cold,
Mm-hmm.
some experience tingling, some might even see colors
Whoa, wait, what?
or hear music.
See colors?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
It can be wild,
Okay.
but it just goes to show that it's a really unique journey
Yeah.
for everyone. And there's no right or wrong way
Yeah.
to experience Reiki.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might feel other sessions very little.
Yeah.
It all depends on what your body needs in that moment.
Interesting. So it's like
So-
the energy goes where it's needed.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you're lying there.
Yeah.
You're maybe feeling some subtle sensations. Maybe you're seeing colors.
Right.
What's the practitioner actually doing?
So they will gently place their hands on or slightly above your body,
Okay.
starting at your head
Okay.
and then moving down to your feet, allowing the energy to flow.
Okay. So it's not like a massage
Right.
where you're like kneading your muscles.
It's not about manipulating the muscles.
Gotcha.
It's more about channeling the energy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Cool.
So let's say you've tried it.
Yeah.
You're feeling the benefits.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I want more.
Yeah.
I want to explore this further.
Yeah.
What's the next step?
So while books like Reiki for Dummies are great,
Yeah.
to get a basic understanding,
Ah.
to really practice Reiki, you would actually need to go through some formal training.
Okay. Formal training.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
So there's different levels of training.
Okay.
It's usually taught by experienced Reiki masters,
Okay.
and it starts with what's called first degree,
Okay.
where you learn the basics.
Okay. So like Reiki 101.
Exactly, Reiki 101.
Okay.
You learn the history, the hand positions,
Good.
how to do self-treatment.
Okay. Cool.
And then there's second degree, where you go a little bit deeper. Okay. Into the energy work, you learn about the Reiki symbols, which are used to focus and amplify the energy flow.
Interesting.
And you even learn how to do distance healing.
Whoa, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Distance healing.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You can send Reiki energy to someone across the room.
What?
Or even across the world.
That's amazing.
Pretty cool, right?
Okay, that's like next level Reiki.
Right, it's pretty wild.
Okay, I'm definitely going to need to learn more about that.
Yeah.
That is blowing my mind a little bit.
It's pretty amazing.
Okay, so you've got first degree, you've got second degree.
Yeah.
What else is there?
And then finally, there's master level.
Okay, master level.
Where you really focus on teaching Reiki to others.
Okay.
And further developing your own spiritual understanding.
Gotcha. So it's like a whole journey.
Yeah.
A gradual deepening of your connection.
Exactly.
To Reiki energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
There's one thing I'm a little fuzzy on, though. This idea of attunement.
Attunement, yeah.
What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, it's a little bit mysterious, to be honest.
Right.
But essentially, it's a ceremony that a Reiki master performs that's said to kind of like switch on your ability to channel Reiki energy.
Interesting.
You can think of it like a software update that unlocks new features in a program.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's not just about learning the techniques.
Yeah.
You actually need this special attunement to be able to channel the energy.
Okay, that makes sense. So finding a good teacher is important.
Exactly. You don't want just any old software update.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's from a trusted source.
Right, exactly.
All right, so you found your teacher.
Yeah.
You've gone through the levels.
Right.
You're channeling Reiki energy like a pro.
Exactly.
What else is there to explore?
Oh, so much more.
Okay.
We've just scratched the surface here.
Okay.
There's things like the Reiki symbols.
Okay.
And their specific uses, meditation practices to enhance your Reiki abilities, and even things like using crystals.
Crystals, now we're talking.
To complement your practice.
Okay, so we're getting into the really mystical side of things now.
It can feel that way, but there's a lot of depth there to explore.
All right, well, I think we've given our listeners a pretty good overview so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Of what Reiki is.
Right.
It's definitely more than just a relaxing massage.
It is so much more than massage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what stands out to you the most so far?
Honestly, the thing that's really intriguing me is the distance healing. Yeah. The fact that you can send healing energy to someone, like miles away, how does that even work?
That's incredible.
It's pretty mind-boggling.
Yeah. What are the limits of this energy?
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's like, what else is possible?
Yeah, I love it. This is great.
This is a good one.
So far, Reiki is a thumbs up for me.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this conversation.
Me too.
This is great.
Yeah, I love these deep dives.
Yeah.
They're always so interesting.
We're always learning something new.
Yeah.
Which is what I love.
It's great.
All right, well, we're going to wrap up part 1 of our Reiki deep dive right here.
Sounds good.
But be sure to join us for part 2.
Yeah.
Where we're going to be getting into those really fascinating Reiki principles.
Okay.
And how to apply them to everyday life.
Cool.
I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be good.
So be sure to join us.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Welcome back to our Reiki deep dive.
Yes.
Last time we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we did.
Like what Reiki is, how it works, the benefits, all that good stuff.
Yeah, all the basics.
But there was one element that really caught my attention.
Oh, yeah.
Those Reiki principles.
Right.
Dr. Paul talks about in the book. It's like Reiki's not just about energy work.
Right.
It's also like a philosophy for living.
Exactly. It's a whole way of life. Yeah.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Good.
But I got to say, the phrase Reiki principles kind of makes me think of like New Age affirmations.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or something.
Yeah, they're kind of like affirmations in a way, but they go deeper than that.
Okay.
They're more like guideposts for navigating life with more intention and awareness.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is they all start with the phrase, just for today.
Just for today. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it's about like taking things one day at a time.
Right. You're not trying to overhaul your whole life.
Exactly.
Just focus on
it's today.
Right now.
Yeah.
The present moment.
Exactly.
Okay, I love it.
So the first principle is just for today, don't get angry.
Don't get angry. Easier said than done.
I know, right?
We all have those days.
We all do.
Where like someone cuts you off in traffic.
Yeah.
Or your computer crashes.
Your coffee spills.
Yeah. Or, kids are screaming.
Right, exactly.
All the things.
Life happens.
Life happens, exactly.
But the principle isn't really about suppressing anger.
Okay.
It's more about understanding its root cause.
Okay.
So Dr. Paul suggests that
Yeah.
anger often stems from deeper emotions.
Okay.
Things like fear,
Okay.
insecurity, or even hurt.
That makes sense.
So it's about, instead of just reacting,
Yeah.
taking a moment to pause
Okay.
and say, okay, what's really going on here?
Right. What's underneath that anger?
Exactly.
Right.
What's the root cause?
Yeah, that's powerful stuff.
It is.
Okay, so we've got don't get angry.
Yeah.
What's the next principle?
Just for today, don't worry.
Oh boy, another tough one.
Yeah, especially these days.
It feels like worry is kind of our default setting.
It really is. We're constantly bombarded
Yeah.
with information and stimulation.
Right, and there's so much to worry about.
Exactly. Our jobs, our relationships,
The state of the world.
the state of the world, climate change.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But this principle reminds us that worry is often unproductive.
That's true.
It doesn't actually change the situation.
Yeah.
It just drains our energy.
It does.
And it keeps us stuck in a cycle of negativity.
Okay, so how do you actually break free from that worry cycle?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah, do you have to like chant mantras?
No chanting required.
Okay, good.
No standing on your head.
Okay, good. Because I'm not very good at that.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, so what's the secret?
Well, the book emphasizes practical strategies,
Okay.
like focusing on your breath,
Okay.
being present in the moment,
Okay.
and choosing thoughts that empower you
Yeah.
rather than drain you.
Okay, so it's about consciously shifting your focus
Exactly.
instead of just letting your mind
Yeah.
run wild with all the what ifs.
Right. All those what-if scenarios
Right.
that just take us down that rabbit hole
Yeah, exactly.
of anxiety.
Okay, I like it.
And then finding healthy outlets for stress
Yeah.
can be really helpful too.
Okay, like what?
So Dr. Paul talks about
Yeah.
spending time in nature,
Okay.
listening to music,
Uh-huh.
connecting with loved ones.
Mhm.
Those are all great ways to ground yourself
Okay.
and kind of ease that worry.
I like that. Those are all things that we
Yeah,
can all benefit from.
exactly, whether we're practicing Reiki or not.
Right, exactly.
So-
That's
Don't worry.
what's next.
What's next?
Okay.
Just for today, be grateful.
Okay. Now that's a more positive spin.
Right, a little more upbeat.
Yeah, I like that. But what does that actually look like in practice?
So it's not about ignoring the bad stuff
Okay.
or pretending that everything's perfect.
Okay.
It's about consciously choosing
Yeah.
to focus on the good things
Right.
in your life,
Okay.
even amidst the challenges.
Okay, I like that.
So appreciating those simple pleasures,
Yeah.
acts of kindness.
The beauty that surrounds you.
Yeah, so instead of dwelling on what you don't have,
Exactly.
you're really focusing on
Yeah.
all the amazing things that are present in your life.
Totally taking stock of all the good stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
And the book even suggests keeping a gratitude journal.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just taking a few minutes each day
Yeah,
to write down what you're thankful for.
I like that. I might have to try that.
It can really shift your perspective.
Yeah, I bet. Okay.
So that's gratitude.
Gratitude, we've got anger, we've got worry, we've got gratitude.
What's next?
What's next on our list?
Just for today. Be honest in your work.
Be honest in your work. Okay, that one seems pretty straightforward,
Yeah.
right?
Don't lie.
Don't cheat,
Don't steal.
do your job.
Do your best.
But is there a deeper meaning there?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's more about approaching your work with integrity,
Okay.
bringing your best self
Yeah.
to whatever you do,
Okay.
whether it's your paid job.
Your creative pursuits
Yeah.
or even your relationships.
So it's about showing up authentically
Exactly.
and doing your best even when no one's watching.
Yeah, even when no one's looking.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
It's about aligning your actions with your values and finding that sense of purpose
Yeah.
in what you do.
Okay, we're on to the fifth and final principle.
All right, bring it on.
What wisdom does Reiki have to offer for this one?
Just for today, be kind to yourself and others.
Be kind. That's a principle we can all get behind.
All right.
It's so important.
It is. It's
Yeah.
the foundation of compassion, isn't it?
It really is.
Recognizing that inherent worth
Yeah.
in ourselves and everyone around us,
Yeah.
even those who challenge us.
Right. It's about remembering that we're all connected.
Exactly.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Okay, I love it.
And kindness doesn't have to be this grand gesture.
Right.
It can be a simple smile,
Yeah.
a listening ear, a helping hand. Those small acts can have a ripple effect.
Right. They can totally change someone's day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So there you have it.
We've got our 5 principles.
The 5 precepts.
Don't get angry. Don't worry.
Be grateful
Be honest in your work.
and be kind.
They seem pretty simple on the surface.
Yeah.
But like when you really unpack them,
There's a lot there.
there's so much depth.
Yeah.
And it's like a lifetime of practice.
Exactly. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's not a destination.
Right.
And I think the beauty of them is that they're not rigid rules.
Right.
They're more like guidelines
Yeah.
for living a more balanced and fulfilling life.
I like that.
So you can choose to focus on one each day
Okay.
or try to weave all 5 into your daily routine.
It's like having a toolkit
Yeah, I like that.
for personal growth.
A toolkit for personal growth.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is
What's that?
these principles, they're not unique to Reiki.
Oh,
They echo wisdom that's found. Yeah?
in many different spiritual and philosophical traditions.
Right, so it's like they're tapping into
Yeah.
some kind of universal truth
I think so.
about how to live a good life.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that timeless wisdom
yeah.
that resonates across cultures
Right.
and throughout history.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah. And that's what makes them so powerful,
Yeah.
because they resonate with something deep within us, this longing for peace,
Yeah.
connection, and meaning.
So it's one thing to read these principles,
Right.
but how do you actually put them into practice?
Right. How do you actually live them?
Yeah. Do you have to like chant them every morning?
No chanting required.
Okay, good.
You don't have to carry around a Reiki principles cheat sheet.
Okay. That's good. I was getting a little worried.
No worries.
So what's the secret?
So the key is reflection
Okay.
and intention.
Okay.
Dr. Paul suggests taking a few moments each day
Uh-huh.
to sit quietly and contemplate.
One or more of the principles,
Okay.
and ask yourself, like,
Yeah.
how can I embody this principle today?
Okay.
What choices can I make that align with it?
So it's like setting an intention for the day.
Exactly. Like,
Okay.
today I'm going to really focus on being kind
Yeah.
to myself and others.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be this big dramatic change.
Right. It's the little things
The little things.
that add up over time.
Right. Like instead of snapping at your coworker
Exact.
when they make a mistake,
Right.
you take a breath.
Yeah.
You offer a helpful suggestion.
Yeah. Or instead of scrolling through social media,
Right. Yeah.
comparing yourself to others,
Uh-huh.
you take a few minutes to appreciate
Yeah.
all the good things in your life.
It's those small conscious choices
Exactly.
that add up, that
Right.
make a big difference.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's about creating that ripple effect
Yeah.
of positive change,
I like that.
starting with yourself
Uh-huh.
and then extending outwards
Yeah.
to those around you.
This is great stuff.
It is. It's good stuff.
But I gotta confess, I'm kind of a visual learner.
Okay.
Are there any visuals or symbols
Yeah.
that can help with incorporating these principles?
You're in luck.
Okay.
Remember those Reiki symbols we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
So the power symbol,
Uh-huh.
Choku-rei,
Okay.
some practitioners use that
Okay.
as a visual reminder
Okay.
of the principles.
So you can kind of imagine it.
Yeah, imagine it surrounding you
Yeah.
throughout the day,
Okay.
amplifying your intention
Oh, love.
to live by those principles.
So those symbols aren't just for energy work.
Right. They're not just for the treatment room.
Right.
They can be integrated into your daily life.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
This is really resonating with me.
Yeah.
It's like Reiki's not just about healing the physical body.
Right.
It's also about cultivating a more balanced
Uh,
and mindful way of being in the world.
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
It's a whole way of being. What do you find so empowering about these principles?
You know, I think it's that reminder that
Right.
we actually have a choice
Right.
in how we respond to the world.
Yeah.
We're not just at the mercy of our circumstances
Right.
or our emotions.
We have the power to choose a different path.
Exactly.
Okay, I love that. That's really empowering.
It is very empowering.
All right. Well, on that empowering note,
Yeah.
I think we're going to wrap up part 2 of our Reiki deep dive here.
Okay, sounds good.
But be sure to join us for part 3,
Yes.
where we're going to shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the more practical side of Reiki.
Right.
Like, what can you expect during a session?
Yeah.
How do you find a qualified practitioner?
Important questions.
All that good stuff. So be sure to join us.
We'll see you there.
All right. Welcome back to the deep dive.
We're back.
We've explored what Reiki is.
Yeah.
We've talked about how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Even those insightful Reiki principles for living. But now let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Oh.
What actually happens during a Reiki session?
The moment of truth.
Yeah, I'm picturing like crystals and incense.
Right.
Chanting, like, am I way off base?
So, some practitioners might incorporate those elements.
Okay.
But the core of a Reiki session is actually very simple and grounded.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
So walk me through it. Like, what's the first step?
Okay, so You would arrive at the practitioner's space.
Okay.
And they'd probably have you fill out a quick form.
Okay.
Just to kind of get a sense of your health history and any specific areas you'd like to address.
Makes sense. Good to communicate any concerns up front.
Yeah, exactly.
Then what?
So then they would lead you to a peaceful treatment room.
Okay.
Most practitioners use a massage table.
Okay.
Similar to what you'd see at a spa.
So do you have to, like, undress for a Reiki session?
No, you stay fully clothed.
Okay, good.
Yeah, comfortable, loose-fitting clothes are ideal. And you'll just kind of like slip off your shoes.
Okay.
Any jewelry that might feel restrictive.
Okay.
And then you just lie down on the table.
Okay, so far so good.
Yeah.
No chanting,
Cyril.
no robes, just comfy clothes.
Right.
Massage table.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. Okay, so then what happens?
Right, so...
Does the energy just start, like, zapping around the room?
Oh, not quite.
Right.
So the practitioner will likely dim the lights.
Okay.
Maybe play some soothing music.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll begin the treatment by gently placing their hands on or slightly above your body.
Okay, so they're not, like, kneading your muscles or anything.
Right, it's not massage.
Okay, but I thought Reiki involved touch.
It can involve touch, but it's a very light touch.
Okay.
Or even just hovering their hands above you.
Okay.
They're acting as a channel.
Gotcha.
For the Reiki energy.
Okay, so what does that energy feel like?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And that's where things get really fascinating.
Okay.
Because it varies from person to person. So some people might feel warmth. Okay. Or tingling. Others might feel a deep sense of relaxation. Okay. Some people even see colors or images.
Whoa, seeing colors, that's what I call a deep dive.
It can be pretty profound.
Huh?
But it's important to remember there's no right or wrong way to experience Reiki.
Okay.
Some sessions might bring like intense sensations, others a more subtle shift.
Okay.
It all depends on what your body and mind need in that moment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like the energy goes where it's needed most.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Okay, I like that.
Cool.
And how long does a typical session last?
So most sessions are around 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
And afterwards, the practitioner will usually give you a few minutes to just relax, integrate the experience before you get up and go on with your day.
Okay. I like it. Sounds really rejuvenating.
Yeah.
So let's say I've tried Reiki.
Yeah.
Hooked. How do I find a practitioner who's like a good fit for me?
That's a great question.
Do I just Google Reiki near me?
You could. That's one option.
No.
I always recommend personal referrals first.
Huh?
Ask friends, family, or even other healthcare providers.
Okay.
See if they have any recommendations.
Yeah, word of mouth is always powerful.
It really is.
What if you strike out there? Like, what if none of your friends...
Yeah, if you don't have any personal referrals, then online directories and search engines are your next best bet.
Okay.
So the International Association of Reiki Professionals has a great directory on their site.
Okay, so you've got your list of names. How do you narrow it down?
So I would say reach out to a few practitioners. Ask about their experience, their training, their approach to Reiki. You might even schedule like a brief phone chat to see if you vibe with them.
Yeah, it's like any healthcare provider. You want someone that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, you want to feel safe.
Right, safe, that you trust.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that Reiki is considered a complementary therapy. So it's meant to work alongside conventional medicine.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily replace it.
Okay, so it's about finding that balance.
Right, finding that balance.
Creating a healthcare approach that addresses all your needs.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it.
Oh.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground in our Reiki deep dive today.
I think so.
From what it is to how it works.
To how to find a practitioner.
To those amazing Reiki principles.
Yeah, those are powerful.
I really enjoyed this conversation.
Me too. It was a good one.
I hope our listeners are feeling inspired.
Yeah.
To maybe explore Reiki a little bit further.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're feeling drawn to it, trust that instinct.
Yes. Trust your gut.
There are so many resources out there.
Well, lots to explore.
And who knows, maybe you'll even discover a whole new side of yourself along the way.
That's the beauty of it.
All right, well, on that note,
I
think we're going to wrap up this episode of The Deep Dive.
Sounds good.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
And until next time, keep exploring.
Keep diving deep.